can't fight this feeling?
Woo! Finally feel free. Finally feel light. Feel like I lost a lot of weight.
MPW champion right here. I'm gonna make my first title defense against Busio.
Friendship. What the heck is that?
I was tired of having that stupid heart of gold. Busio wants gold around his wrist, he wants gold around his neck, and he wants gold around his waist.
Busio, you said that you're old for a title? Well, tonight will be your last as long as I'm still champion.
Walking, taking my sweet time, cause I know that MPW championship is mine.
En caso de Diablo, yo mando!
You are looking live at a jam-packed MPW arena in Chatsworth, California, as Millennium Pro Wrestling proudly presents Can't Fight This Feeling. My name is Jordan Castle, so thrilled to be here on the call alongside, well, a couple of gentlemen, one of which is entering the ring right now, the owner of MPW, Mr. Logan X.
All right, good. We've worked out our technical difficulties. I'm trying to get over my voice difficulties since I'm dealing with some allergies right now. I don't get in here very often, but I got in here tonight for a very special reason. That is to introduce our former owner and former WWE announcer who will be joining us tonight on commentary, the wonderful, great Johnny LaQuasto. Welcome him back to the MPW ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lethal Logan X, let him hear it. Come on, MPW, we're doing it! That's the energy every single one of our stars needs, so thank you for that. It's been a long time since I've been a part of MPW. Yes, I was an owner at one point. I will say, not the greatest owner in company history, but nonetheless, the company has grown since. Now it is a weekly broadcast, and it's all because of your support. So give yourselves a round of applause for that. I cannot wait to be on commentary. Whoa, let's see, how we doing? Are we good? What happened? Well, I can wing it.
Oh, we got more mics.
We got more mics. As I was saying,
We just only got one.
I cannot wait to be on commentary with the man, along with Logan X, who I think is, quite frankly, the voice of the next generation of professional wrestling, and I do believe you guys would agree. That's Jordan Castle. And he's also going to be pulling double duty as ring announcer because there isn't anything he cannot do. But without further ado, we have a stacked card once again. We have title action ahead. So if you are ready, I think I'm ready. I think the stars in the back are ready. Let's get going with Millennium Pro Wrestling. Can't fight this feeling. Jordan Castle.
One more time for Johnny LaQuasto, folks. Millennium Pro Wrestling, I appreciate the love. It is so good to be right here back in Chatsworth. And we've heard from Logan, we've heard from Johnny, we're hearing from me, but I think we're done here in Yappin'. Are we ready to get the action underway? Your opening contest is a tag team match set for one fall. And it's for the MPW Tag Team Championships.
We are kicking off Can't Fight the Feeling with tag team title action. Cannot ask for anything more than that. Definitely an honor and a thrill to be here.
Introducing first the challengers. Making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 375 pounds. The team of Captain Daniel Moon and the Ace 2025. The best pals.
Now, Logan, if we're referring to Divine and Moon as best pals, that could really come with a bit of an asterisk, on again, off again. Well, the question is, much like the show Friends, will those title dreams be canceled tonight? Well, they certainly have a history together, and it's not exactly on the most collaborative terms, but they have no choice but to pull it together tonight because the challenge in front of them is certainly daunting. The champions have arrived.
Their opponents making their way from San Diego, California, weighing in at a combined weight of 425 pounds. They are your reigning, defending MPW Tag Team Champions, the Rebel Storm and Jeremiah Fresh, the Heartless Kings.
Now, a lot of fans are surprised when they take a look at Rebel Storm and Jeremiah Fresh. Everyone knows the Heartless Kings have marched their way up from San Diego, infested MPW, but when you look at them, they have absolutely nothing in common except they're both incredibly vicious, and there's a reason they are holding those titles. They are the three-time MPW Tag Team Champions, looking to maintain the stranglehold that the Heartless Kings have had throughout Southern California. And Jordan, the Heartless Kings dethroned Pump Line to become the champions, and they certainly are not looking. He's instructing you how to call the match.
Oh, me specifically. It's always something with the Rebel Storm. And listen, Johnny. As personal an issue as the Rebel Storm may have with me, yourself, anyone here in the broadcast booth, what cannot be denied is, to your point, the dominance the Heartless Kings have had, the stranglehold they've held over those tag team championships here in Millennium Pro Wrestling.
The energy here is certainly palpable for Can't Fight This Feeling, and you know, this rivalry really started sizzling last week as both teams faced off in singles competition. That essentially ended with the best pals getting fired up and making this challenge.
That's right, but you know as well as I, Johnny, in a tag team match, and Logan, you can attest to this as well, it doesn't matter who the best individual professional wrestler is. It matters who functions the best as a tag team. Can the best pals coexist tonight with championship gold on the line? We're about to find out.
Well, we are up to an absolutely chaotic start here, but the best pals certainly in unison. Suplexes in stereo to kick things off, and the Heartless Kings taking the Heartless route to the outside.
And you gotta give the people what they want, Johnny LaQuasto. Of course, the best pals winning the Double Dash Tag Team Tournament earlier on this year. It's just a fact, Rebel Storm. Things didn't go their way when they eventually challenged for Tag Team Gold. Hoping for better results here tonight, Johnny, on what has been, well, suffice it to say, on again, off again relationship between these two.
Well, at the very least, and, you know, Jeremiah Fresh certainly looking for revenge against this man who got the best of Fresh last week. Tag.
Defeated him in singles competition, Logan, but you know, singles competition, a totally different ball game from tag team wrestling.
Oh! Oh my! Cover! Kick out at 2 by Fresh. That was a heavy senton by Brendan Devine. Oh my goodness.
And guys, can we talk for a minute about Daniel Moon? Nearly half a decade away from active competition. He's aged like fine wine. He's back and better than ever.
Another cover by Moon, and Fresh able to kick out at 2. Tag.
Little meeting of the minds there, Johnny. Not that there's much to meet.
Daniel Moon continues the attack. Oh, look at the tag in Divine. Jeremiah Fresh sweeping the legs, and Divine comes crashing to the outside, and now Daniel Moon by his lonesome with Rebel Storm, who rushes back in and runs right into a flash knee by Daniel Moon, but Jeremiah Fresh from behind, and this is the Heartless Kings at their best here. Into a quick cover is Storm, and Moon able to kick out at 2.
Well, and not only that, Logan, but as referee St. Clair is distracted, the Heartless Kings are willing to go low. They're willing to take a nastier, dirtier route that maybe this version of the Best Pals just aren't willing to take.
Well, speaking of Dirty Road, the match last week between Rebel Storm and Daniel Moon ended in an all-out brawl. Jeremiah Fresh power slam into a cover, and Moon able to stay alive. That essentially led us to this match, Jordan.
That's right, the Best Pals getting the better of the Heartless Kings in singles competition, but it's not looking good for them right now, as clearly Jeremiah Fresh has found a target in the form of one Daniel Moon, the less experienced, arguably the rustier of the two, at least in recent years.
You know, and the official really has his hands full because General Manager Ray Rosas, he's got a busy evening. He has a match to prepare for right now. You have to imagine he might not be keeping a close eye on how chaotic this match could become.
Well, I know one owner keeping a close eye on competition. That is you, Logan X. And Logan, I gotta ask, how do you feel about these guys, the Rebel Storm, Jeremiah Fresh, the Heartless Kings, representing this organization as tag team champions?
Tag. Well, the Heartless Kings at the top of their game, slicing the ring in half. Daniel Moon in difficult situation here, trying to get through to make the tag, but Jeremiah Fresh catches him, but not for long. But Rebel Storm with a vicious clothesline immediately into a cover here. Champs retain, and no.
And that's the tag team synergy of the Heartless Kings that come into play. Love them or hate them, they have much more recent experience as a tag team. They are gelling in a way that Moon and Divine simply are unable to with the comparative lack of reps.
Oh, absolutely disgusting.
There it is to your point, Logan.
You have to question how the Heartless Kings deal with a personality like Rebel Storm, but he's dangerous and he's effective.
He certainly is. No stranger to championship gold here in Millennium Pro Wrestling. It's an odd couple, but it's a couple that's worked to great effect as former 3-time tag team champions. And Moon, in a bad way here, LaQuasto needs to make a tag to partner Brendan Divine.
Well, to your point, Heartless Kings, the chemistry is undeniable. Meanwhile, Brendan Divine chomping at the bit to get back in this matchup. Fresh into a cover, lackadaisical cover at that. But Moon able to kick out at 2, feeling the effects on the lumbar spine. And now Jeremiah looking to slow things down, wear down Daniel Moon, which is only going to frustrate the already fiery Divine.
Fresh, such a big, powerful man. You know as well as the next guy, Logan, Johnny. A man of that size, it's so difficult to escape his clutches, let alone get any offense of your own going, as Daniel Moon is doing his damnedest to here.
Jeremiah Fresh, certainly a natural athlete, but Jordan, when you get influenced by other members of the Heartless Kings, it makes you very dangerous.
Case in point here, but Moon looking to find a way out of dodge here.
Oh! Russian leg sweep into a backbreaker there. Daniel Moon able to buy just a little bit of time here. Can he find a way to make the tag?
Yeah, that knee's hurting here, Logan. You can see him favoring that knee.
Daniel Moon really feeling it in that right knee, but he's able to make the tag to
There we
Divine,
go.
who is ready to clean house. Clothesline to Fresh. Right hand to Storm. Fresh diving in, eating a turnbuckle. And now Divine, couple of jabs, couple more jabs, and a left. Oh, coming up empty there. And now Fresh right into a clothesline. Divine is on fire.
Guys, we want to talk about the size of Jeremiah Fresh. How about Brendan Divine? I feel like every time I come back to MPW, this guy adds size, he adds muscle, and with that comes power.
Now Divine taking care of both Heartless Kings, charging in, boot to the face of Storm, and now looking to take care of Jeremiah Fresh. Oh! Divine right to the cover, new champions. No, Jeremiah Fresh stays in the fight.
You know, I was going to say Daniel Moon incapacitated on the outside, not back up to the top, not there, ready for his partner, but as he checks on him, it doesn't seem like Brendan really needs him. A 2-for-1 special, at least thus far, against the Heartless Kings.
Well, we can see from our angle, Daniel Moon really favoring that right knee. I mean, that could be a number of things. As a physical therapist, I can tell you, could be MCL, could be meniscus. But nonetheless, Brendan Divine, he may have to fight the rest of this match 1-on-2.
Oh, maybe looking to leave Jeremiah Fresh on red here, but Fresh shot coming.
Fresh had the left on red scouted. Oh, tag. Not sure if Divine saw it. Right hand. Oh. Trading blows in the center of the ring. Oh, my. Off the top.
Heartless attack.
That could spell doomsday for the title. Hopes and no. Divine gets the right shoulder up.
And Logan, if you're Brendan Divine at this juncture with Daniel Moon's knee incapacitated on the outside, what's the strategy? Where do you go? Oh boy, Johnny, here we go. I'm sorry I have to see this.
Might have to close my eyes, depending on what Storm is planning here. Oh, but a right hand by Divine.
Thankfully, we're not going to find out. Both men on spaghetti legs here, LaQuasto.
We knew the partnership of the Best Pals was very unpredictable, but they have really been on the same page. Unfortunately, Moon dealing with that right knee injury, and now another double team by the Heartless Kings. Divine desperately trying to fight his way out of it.
Maybe going for that Heartless descent, that double Uranagi, but Brendan Divine had it scouted, sending Fresh to the outside.
My God! Daniel Moon launching his injured right leg into the face of Jeremiah Fresh in a tag. Can the Best Pals find a way? Oh!
Little page out of the Divine Brothers book.
Double team flatliner, new champs. Rebel Storm gets the shoulder up.
Again, guys, the Best Pals may not have a great deal of tag team synergy themselves. Brendan Divine alongside Danny, you know it, Logan, an accomplished tag team wrestler here in MPW.
Oh, now Moon. Oh! Great counter there by Rebel Storm. Divine back up on the apron. Fresh still is out on the floor.
Looking to strike some thunder, but it's Daniel Moon who saw it coming.
Into a cover here, no! No! Kick out, and Moon runs right into a stiff right hand, and now a tag in by Fresh, and a boot to Brendan Divine. Could it be double team time once again by the Heartless Kings?
There are those cheap shots we talked about, LaQuasto, into the Heartless descent, but again, Moon had it scouted.
And now it's Daniel Moon fighting desperately 1-on-2, much like Divine was for a good portion of this match, into another double team!
Heartless descent, that's gotta be it.
Fresh into the cover. No, it is not!
And LaQuasto, there's some of that tag team synergy. We questioned if the Best Pals had it in the early going. They are showing it here where it matters most.
Brendan Divine just launching his body to break up the pin, and now all four men are down. What a way to kick off Can't Fight This Feeling. The MPW title still on the line later tonight. The National Championship also on the line as well.
And look at the Best Pals firing each other up. Doesn't matter if they're best friends outside the ring. They just need to work together now, and they're doing just that, LaQuasto.
Rebel Storm, a headbutt. Clothesline, though, by Divine. But Jeremiah Fresh, a powerful lariat. And now Fresh, one-on-one here. with Daniel Moon.
Talking about heads, nearly took his head off.
Uh-oh.
Thinking sky high.
You can really see how well these two teams know each other.
Oh, and Logan, this is not looking good for Daniel Moon.
Well, hold on. Oh, Divine!
Sacrifice play there from Brendan.
And now Daniel Moon looking to capitalize here. Roll through. Shoulders are down. Can we have new champions? And no, Fresh able to roll through with momentum. What an action-packed opener this has been tonight for the MPW tag titles.
And Lacroix still
Tag!
As Brendan Devine makes the tag, I can hardly believe it, putting himself in harm's way for his partner, putting himself in harm's way for the titles.
And Fresh is down. Devine, he gets it. We have new champions.
Here are your winners, and new MPW Tag Team Champions, the Best Pals!
They may not be as close as Joey and Chandler, but the Best Pals are the new MPW Tag Team Champions, a quest they've had for most of this year, and it's finally happened.
From a brutal trilogy of matches against one another to holding tag team gold alongside one another. Best Pals, as it stands here tonight, May of 2026, the best tag team in MPW.
And how about that? Now the hunters become the hunted, and you have to believe that all of the Heartless Kings are going to have a bullseye square on their backs.
Well, speaking of hunting, everyone hunting Diego Valens for the MPW Championship. Up next, we're going to find out who the #1 contender for said championship is as Jake Redondo goes head-to-head with the Apex Smaller, Jordan Cruz.
We question the friendship going into this match. We knew how chaotic it was in the past between Brendan Devine and Daniel Moon. But differences were put aside, and now we have new MPW Tag Team Champions, and the action is going to march right along.
One more time for your new Tag Team Champions, the Best Pals! The following contest is a singles match set for one fall, and it is a #1 contenders match for the MPW Championship.
So many matches tonight with title implications. The lottery ticket has arrived.
Anderson first, heading his way to the ring from San Diego, California, weighing in at 185 pounds. He's the Radiant Son, Jake Redondo!
You know, Logan, there aren't many five-tool players in the sport of professional wrestling, but Jake Redondo is getting very close day by day to becoming one of those five-tool players. He could walk away with a guaranteed MPW title opportunity. But standing in front of Jake Redondo will be an absolute beast.
Making his way to the ring from Lafayette, Louisiana, weighing in at 220 pounds. He is the Apex Smaller, Jordan Cruz.
Now, Logan, you want to talk about athletes who seemingly have it all. We're looking at it.
with this new kind of persona. And it's like the missing piece that he had. He's got it all put together now. And I don't know if there's anybody in the sport that's got this piece.
Well, you say missing piece. That might not be the only thing missing. A lot of people feel like there are certain things missing inside the cranium of Jordan Cruz that make him all the more dangerous.
Yeah, LaQuasto, I gotta say, as someone who was just standing feet away from the Apex Mauler moments ago, that there is an iciness that overcomes the squared circle when this guy steps in. And I can hardly imagine what Jake Redondo's feeling right now, especially with so much on the line.
You and I have known Jordan Cruz for a number of years. This is not the same man that I knew. Everything about Jordan Cruz has changed. He used to be the first guy to greet you with a smile anytime he was in competition. He would be the first person to do everything right in a match, and something switched inside of him, especially over the past years.
I'm going to make a slight correction. Something broke in Jordan Cruz. I'm not sure where or why or how, but something snapped in this young man. And if it were possible, he's more dangerous than ever before.
And Logan, as a former MPW champion in your own right, if you are Jake Redondo, yes, you're an incredible athlete, but when you're up against Jordan Cruz, who seemingly has no weaknesses, what would the game plan be? Oh! Cover!
And you know, guys, I talked to Jake Redondo earlier on tonight in the backstage area, and he told me, I'm coming in tonight, I'm not smiling, I'm not taking this lightly, I am locked in tonight. I haven't found consistency here, this is the biggest night of my MPW career, and I'm gonna make the most of it.
And that's a great mindset for Redondo to have, but you have to wonder, is he diving in to too deep of a pool? Yes, he's one of the fastest rising stars in professional wrestling. Quick cover here! But is Jordan Cruz too tall of a task? Right now, though, certainly out-quicking the Mauler. Oh, drop kick. Picture perfect. Right into a cover, wasting no time. Not going to be enough.
Well, Logan, I'll ask you, if you're Jake Redondo, can you afford to let those thoughts of self-doubt or carefulness slip in? Or do you have to go all gas, no brakes? Do you have to go in guns a-blazing against the Jordan Cruz?
You got to make sure that
and you see, in addition to the intensity and the power of Jordan Cruz, such strong fundamentals here, LaQuasto.
And he's so vindictively creative.
He's mean.
But when it comes down to it,
oh my God.
If you're going to trade strikes with Jordan Cruz, you are going to go down and you're not going to get back up. And that's the point he's trying to make to Jake Redondo right now.
Perhaps not the match that Jake Redondo should be wrestling. Maybe Redondo needs to rely on that quickness. Looking to stick and move here against Jordan Cruz. It may be his only hope.
Well, he certainly was moments ago, but all it takes is one shot from Jordan Cruz, and guess what? Your speed gets completely stifled.
Case in point here.
Oh my God, shot right to the lumbar spine, and now Cruz, there's the athleticism and the agility of Redondo on display, able to evade a charging in Mauler. Oh my God, you want to talk about inventive?
Guillotine there from Jake Redondo, and you guys know that. Those ring ropes are elevator cables with a thin layer of tape. Ugly snap there for Jordan Cruz, but he's back up to his feet all the same.
Beautiful drop toe hold there by Jake Redondo. Oh!
If at first you don't succeed, try again. Now into a cover.
Ooh. And you know, this is like what Logan mentioned. Jake Redondo, he's keeping Cruz guessing. That's exactly what just happened. Obviously, still, it's going to take a lot more to put Jordan Cruz away, but this is where Jake Redondo needs to be at this point in the match.
Yeah, if you're Jake Redondo, it is just as much a mental game as it is a physical game, especially against a man in Jordan Cruz who you give up 40 pounds to.
And the technique on that European uppercut was precise by Jake Redondo.
As we know what's on the line if you win tonight. Obviously a number one contender's opportunity, a shot against the champion, be it Diego Valens or Busio, May 22nd. Yes, at the Royal Royale. But what happens if you lose? Logan, you know this. Bookings aren't guaranteed here in MPW. A spot on the roster isn't guaranteed. This is a what have you done for me lately kind of business. And both of these men know that. Cover here.
Cruz rolls into a cover, shoots the half, and Redondo able to kick out at 2.
Like you said, Redondo said he hasn't been consistent here. He's had
Where's your rubber Jake now? Here.
And we've seen multiple times in this matchup just how quickly Jordan Cruz can turn the tide. You see Redondo desperately trying to fight back, but it's just a power advantage that continues to allow Cruz to physically dominate the younger and smaller Redondo.
And LaQuasta, let me ask you, how often do you see a competitor, especially one with the vertical of a Jake Redondo, get taken off their feet with a single chop?
It doesn't happen very often, but it does happen when you have an intelligent competitor like Jordan Cruz. Yes, he's completely vindictive. Yes, he might be off his rocker a little bit, but there's no doubt that when he is inside the squared circle, Jordan Cruz is an encyclopedia of this sport. Case in point, there's that core strength. Jordan Cruz wasting no time, hooking both legs, and Redondo able to kick out.
Look at the snap there off that suplex from Jordan Cruz. LaQuasta, you know it as a physical therapist yourself. You said it moments ago. The human body is not meant to go that way.
And that's one of the reasons Jordan Cruz has built so much mass in his physique, because he wants to be able to take the damage. He wants to be able to inflict damage. And Jake Redondo is in dire straits here.
Oh, Cruz is thinking Kamagoye here. That big knee to the mush. Oh,
Redondo able to catch back to his feet, but a right hand, and down goes Redondo once again. And now the onslaught.
I mean, Johnny, that just pissed Cruz off. More than anything else, that just made Cruz even angrier and more determined than he was before.
I'm not sure that Redondo knows where he's at, Logan. And now a relentless mindset here of Jordan Cruz.
Guys, this is getting uncomfortable.
You know, Jake Redondo certainly had a game plan, and there were moments where he was able to execute to perfection. But when it comes down to it, Jordan Cruz never goes for style points. If he has to wear you down and slowly pick you apart, that's what he's going to do.
Hey, Jordan Cruz will eat your game plan for lunch, but credit where credit is due. Call it guts, brains, or something in between. Redondo continuing to fight here.
Good God. And now a right hand, Redondo. Turnabout fair play here. And now Redondo with a cluster of right hands.
I'm telling you guys, I saw the fire in the back. Redondo came to play tonight. He wants to become #1 contender.
That was some great improv there by Jake Redondo. Looked like he was going for a backdrop. Jordan Cruz got heavy. He just tossed him down, went into the right hands, and now the quickness could be back. Enziguri by Jake Redondo. Jordan Cruz could be rocked. Oh. DDT, spiking Cruz, Redondo hooking the leg. Is he the #1 contender? Not quite.
Talk about improv. Jake Redondo there almost said yes, and I am the #1 contender.
He's got to follow up, so he can't be discouraged by the fact he's not going to continue. He just hit 3 or 4 big moves in a row. He's got to follow up and keep Cruz on his heel.
It takes a lot to put someone like Jordan Cruz down, and Jake Redondo's already taken so much damage.
Feeding off the love from the Chatsworth faithful, and guys, you can almost see the gears turning in his head, trying to figure out what can he hit next. What will put away this monster, the Apex Mauler, away?
Well, there aren't many answers out there. Jake Redondo.
Oh, maybe looking for that radiant cut. That's a finishing maneuver, LaQuasto.
He certainly was, but once again, there's the mind of Jordan Cruz. Always ready. He's hanging up Cruz. Oh, Redondo deals with a back elbow by Cruz, but now a boot. This has become an absolute physical war between Jordan Cruz and Jake Redondo. That'll have to do it. Jordan Cruz is the new #1 contender. No, he's not.
I'm telling you, fellas, Jake Redondo wants it. I'm never one to count out Jordan Cruz, but this might be the Radiant Sun's night.
Bob always said it's not about how hard you hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. And that's doing exactly that.
Ever been to his restaurant in Philly? I love it.
Oh! But you know what I saw in Philly? I saw Johnny the Cross with a Burger King commercial out there once.
It didn't run for very long. No one liked that sandwich.
No, yeah, but you know what? You're like Where's Waldo? It's on TV and everywhere.
Piece of garbage.
And now Jordan Cruz, complete disrespect. Oh my God.
I'll talk about BK, a whopper of a shot there from the Apex Mauler.
You know what's next, JC?
Oh no. Guys, do you know who gets superplexed? Everybody gets superplexed. And Jordan Cruz looking to prove as such.
And he is strong enough to hit the stalling superplex, but Jake Redondo enough wherewithal there to grab the top turnbuckle. Now fighting desperately, shots to the ribcage and a right hand to the jaw. Now once again, hanging up Jordan Cruz. Can Redondo find a way to capitalize? Yes, he does! A snap German suplex.
LaCosta maybe called his shot a little too early or was getting braggadocious, yelling over to us. Gave Jake Redondo the Iggy, and he's paying for it here.
Redondo, all the power he has left to hoist up Cruz! Down goes Cruz! Redondo into the cover and no!
Logan, what the hell is it gonna take? He's still got that radiant cut in the back pocket, LaQuasto.
He certainly tried for it already in this match, and now might be the time. It might be the only way. Jordan Cruz has not been this vulnerable the entire match.
Yeah, you see Cruz clutching at the shoulder, maybe even favoring the neck here. Redondo has to take advantage now.
Certainly looking to do so. Once again, Cruz, he sensed it. Looking to reverse. Oh.
Maybe going for no more sorrow, that brainbuster on the knee, a game ender for Cruz, but both of these men have done their homework here, guys.
Yes, they have. They both want to be number one contender. They both want to be the next MPW champion. A right hand by Redondo. The wrists are locked together. No. Jordan Cruz so ambidextrous with his power. An absolute war of attrition. Whoever comes out MPW champion in the main event will have to deal with one of these two men. And now Jordan Cruz just launching his head into the face and follows up with a knee.
There's that Kamigoye setting up for the no more sorrow.
Redondo finds a way to reverse. Roll through here. Number one contender, no.
Milliseconds away there.
Now Redondo. Can he find a way? Underhook!
Radiant cut!
Could it be? Center of the ring! The Radiant cut!
What? Guys, that's a game ender. That is a finishing maneuver for the Radiant Sun.
Jake's gotta stay focused. You gotta follow up.
But Logan, you know what it's like to be in there. When you've thrown everything you can at someone and it still doesn't work, that has to affect you psychologically.
Your emotions are running wild and he's so close he can taste it. But you still gotta finish that goal and somebody.
He has literally hit him with his best shot. What does Jake Redondo have left, LaCrosse? Does he go for it again?
I'm certainly not a strategist in the ring, but at this point, Redondo has to think on the fly as he heads to the outside.
Maybe head to the
Cruz
top?
is down once again.
Oh no, it's a big risk to take at this juncture, Logan. Big time risk.
Oh, whoa.
What is this? Scarlet in the way.
What the hell? Jordan Cruz buying enough time to spring up to the second turnbuckle. Oh.
Using referee Scarlett Donovan as a distraction. Oh no.
Oh dear God.
Oh my God.
The Mauler is malicious and a superplex, but he's not done.
No wasted motion, holds on to that suplex positioning for the no more sorrow. But he's got to cover him here, LaQuasto.
Jordan Cruz looked a little bit stunned himself as he finally hooks the leg, and Jordan Cruz is the new number one contender.
Here is your winner and number one contender for the MPW Championship, Jordan Cruz.
Well, Logan, that was an absolute war of attrition between two men who want to be the top dog in MPW.
Well, a tough loss here for Jake Redondo, fellas, but showed all he got. Great showing tonight. I think Jake Redondo, if there's such a thing as a moral victory and defeat, we saw it tonight from the Radiant Sun.
There may be a moral victory. It's going to take a lot of recovery time for Jake Redondo. Nonetheless, he truly is a Radiant Sun. The future is very, very bright. Unfortunately, the future does not hold him as the number one contender.
Six-man tag team action on tap. It'll be Danny Devine and Eddie Rohr, both with two partners of their choosing, and that's coming at you up next.
Man, and that's what it's all about. That was not only a tag team, that was friendship and action. And that's what sets us apart from the rest of the teams in this division. Our bond is more than professional. Our bond is for life. So this is a notice for all the tag teams looking for the MPW Tag Team Gold.
The best pals are forever. We're ready to keep the action rolling right along. MPW, we're ready to keep the action rolling right along. Yeah, we scared there for a second. Come on now. The following contest is a six-man tag team match set for one fall.
And the hits will keep coming. Thank you for joining us live for MPW Can't Fight This Feeling. Still to come, National Championship on the line and the MPW Championship as well. But right now, it is six-man tag action.
Introducing first, making their way to the ring, the team of Eddie Rohr, Jake Mays, and Chuck Mercer.
Now, Logan, this may be a six-man tag, but a lot of this is all about the personal issues between Danny Devine and Eddie Rohr. Those are incredibly glaring to where they each had the opportunity to choose their own partners tonight. But I don't know if you noticed this, the look that Chuck Mercer gave Eddie Rohr as they came through the curtain. You have to question, case in point right there. Well, Chuck Mercer doesn't care for anyone. Nonetheless, Eddie Rohr, Mercer, and Jake Mays are ready as their opponents have arrived.
Their opponents, the team of Danny Devine, J2 Mattioli, and Boa Silva.
Well, J2 Mattioli looks like he might be heading to NASA Air Base after this match tonight. Danny Devine has chosen his two partners, Boa Silva and the playmaker, J2 Mattioli.
I like Mattioli's outfit a lot more than my Raiders jacket.
You know, Jordan, there is not a lot of space for the chaos that we are about to see.
I certainly do not envy referee St. Clair for drawing the assignment on this one, but the heart of this issue is Danny Devine and Eddie Rohr. It was last week in tag team competition. Divine and Morote victorious. Roar so embarrassed, frightened, call it what you will, that after the bell, he didn't just hightail it to the backstage area. He ran out of the building, LaQuasto.
I was well aware of that, and obviously this rivalry between the two continues to sizzle. The question is, quick cover here in a six-man tag. There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of elements that are completely unpredictable. Case in point, I mean, Chuck Mercer essentially wants no part of Eddie Rourke.
No, I mean, takes great issue with Eddie. He's looking for a payday. He's looking for an opportunity on MPW programming here, but these guys are not friends. None of these guys are friends. Certainly not regular tag team partners. That's right, two San Diego standouts, products of the Primal Pro Wrestling School out in their native national city. So very familiar with one another.
You want to talk about teamwork? Jake Mays, teamwork isn't exactly part of his mindset either.
Now, likewise, Boa Silva, a highly accomplished tag team wrestler. You see the tribute to injured tag team partner Antonio Rivers, one half of championship-winning duo The Pump Line. But as we alluded to in our opening contest, LaQuasto, being a great tag team wrestler does not necessarily equate to tag team success with any partner, or in this case, partners.
Top floor backstabber there by Boa into a cover, and Mays able to kick out at two. But that was landed to perfection. Both knees meet lumbar. Tag. But right now for Divine, it's not about gold. It's about personal issues, and it's about a double team.
Cover here.
And Divine hooks the leg, and May's able to kick out at two once again. We are certainly seeing much more chemistry here early on with Divine, Boa, and J2.
Well, tribute to the storied history between the brothers Divine and the Pump Line there. Tag team synchronicity between Boa and Danny. And in comes the Playmaker. Talk about San Diego wrestling, Logan. You can't tell the tale of San Diego without J2 Mattioli.
Tag.
Oh.
What are you doing? Listen to me.
And Eddie Rohr was barking at Jake Mays as he entered the match. I don't think Eddie wanted to tag in.
And talked to Eddie Rohr in the backstage area earlier. Said that he felt disrespected, chewed up, and spit out by Danny Divine. He helped get Danny Divine back to winning ways here in MPW, and he feels used by Divine.
The Playmaker lands a knee right into a cover, and Rohr able to get that right shoulder up at two.
And how embarrassing would it be for Eddie Rohr to lose to a team handpicked by his rival here tonight?
Tag. And now it's Divine and Mercer, quite possibly the two biggest strikers in this match. Double team there. Divine taking advantage into a cover.
Of course, no shortage of history between these two. Did battle just a few months back in a bar-time brawl. Longtime friends themselves turn rivals, so very similar trajectory between what we're seeing with Danny and Eddie here.
Mercer charging in full speed, and that's all it takes to knock down Divine. Now Mercer looking to capitalize here.
You know, guys, we talk about none of these guys really being regular friends. Mercer's not friends with anybody on the MPW roster. Certainly not friends with Danny after that. Into a cover and a kick out here.
No, he's a lone wolf. He's the bad news Brown of Millennium Pro Wrestling.
And LaQuasto, let me ask you, with so many moving parts here, what's the strategy in this type of six-man tag team environment?
Essentially, exactly what Danny Divine is doing right now. He sees everything around him. Case in point, taking Rohr out on the outside. Had a back elbow to Jake Mays moments ago while Mercer tries to recover. And now the brawl ensues on the outside.
But there you see, Danny's so laser focused on this personal issue with Eddie Rohr, he didn't see Jake Mays coming, and it left the door open for the double team we're seeing here on the outside.
And it did backfire. Of course, there is no countout in a six-man tag. Double underhook now by oh my God! Mercer connects right into a cover. What a moment for Mercer, and no, Divine able to kick out at two, but that was a struggle. Mercer wasting no time, and the ground and pound, that's what he's all about. Sometimes not even. Now a tag into Mays.
And credit where credit is due, guys. We're seeing the signifier of great tag team wrestling between these unusual partners. Frequent tags, one in, one out, keeping each other fresh here, Johnny.
And considering moments ago, Eddie Rohr was admonishing both Mercer and Jake Mays. They've found a way now to get on the same page.
Well, they know what it would mean for a win here in MPW, especially a win over a Triple Crown champion in Danny Devine. Oh, boy.
Eddie Roar, for the first time in this match, tags in unreluctantly, but Devine, a rake to the eyes, and another tag to Mercer.
Very interesting how that works. As soon as Danny Devine is back up to his feet, and he's eating our kettle chips here, Laquasto.
He's got a lot of sodium in his diet.
He sure does. Salty frog. As soon as Devine is back up to his feet, as soon as it's essentially a fair fight, Roar wants no part of it.
But Mercer wants every part of these vicious strikes. Into a cover is the brawler, and Devine once again keeps his team alive. And I know we have a direct quote here from Chuck Mercer. He said the moment he scores a victory, he's walking right over to Logan demanding his cash so he can go home immediately.
Is that right?
Mays. Well, with California mail, that could take weeks.
You're telling me. It never works the way Jake Mays would intend.
Picking up speed is Mays.
All about mind games for Jake Mays, the agitator. Trying to get in the head of Danny Devine in more ways than one here, Laquasto.
Well, Jake Mays has proven to be brash and flashy at the same time. He's got a personality that doesn't exactly endear himself to many fans, but he's such an incredible athlete. He feels like he could overcome his egotistical mindset.
Turning his back on Danny Devine. Mays doesn't realize it here. Devine knocking off Mercer and leaving the opening.
Case in point, the ego of Mays may have gotten the best of him there.
Yeah, but there's fire coming from all sides, though. Credit to Danny. He's got an answer for all of it. But no answer for that shotgun drop kick, Laquasto.
And now Mays refocus, charging in full speed.
He's got ice in his veins, but he didn't see that one coming.
Devine with a Falcon Arrow. Mays is down. Devine is down. Can he make a tag?
And the way I see it, Laquasto, this is make or break for Danny Devine. He's got to make a tag now or never.
Who will find a way first? Both men find a way to make the tag. J2 is in. Eddie Roar is in. And now the playmaker, a right hand to Chuck Mercer. Right hand to Jake Mays. And now able to evade a charging Eddie Roar and a back elbow.
Former MPW champion, former MPW national champion, and a little PS2 action from the playmaker.
And a dizzying cover. Eddie Roar gets the left shoulder up.
Man, Mattioli, in the shape of his life here, Logan, has cut down tremendously, and with that weight loss has come a serious level of speed. Was going for the playmaker lariat one more time.
And he hits Eddie Roar into the lariat, but Devine's demanding a tag.
This is such a personal issue. He wants to be the one to finish the job for his team here, Logan.
Well, let's find out if the strategy's going to pay off. Mercer and Mays are both down on the outside. Devine going for the underhook. Eddie Roar able to evade. Devine chasing. Runs right into a vicious knee by Jake Mays. Over the top rope. Spike DDT.
And I gotta give Logan credit here. I think if J2 had gone for the cover, the match would have been ended. It would have gone in the favor of Team Danny Devine. But as they often say, pride comes before the fall.
Mercer has decimated Boa. Those are the brass knuckles.
And St. Clair doesn't see it. St. Clair doesn't see it. He's got no idea.
Neither does Mattioli. Oh no! St. Clair was able to dodge being struck, but Mattioli.
Danny Devine has been down this road with Chuck Mercer a time or two before.
Oh my God! That may have been 2 fingers. Oh, hold on.
Come on now.
Eddie Roar with the low blow. The official had his back turned. Double underhook.
His own pedigree, Laquasto. Danny Divine's own pedigree.
Oh, this is beyond personal here. Roar into a cover, and Roar gets the best of Divine.
Here are your winners, Eddie Roar, Shake Mays, and Chuck Mercer.
Eddie Roar legitimately outsmarting Danny Divine. Standing over his body like a gyrator.
By hook or by crook, it's difficult to argue the effectiveness of what Eddie Roar did. Chuck Mercer brought out the brass knuckles, and before you knew it, Eddie Roar able to get the best of Danny Divine tonight.
Theme song reads Tainted Love. This was a tainted victory here tonight in six-man tag team competition. But Laquasto, something tells me this issue between the Filthy Frog and Danny Divine, far, far from over.
There's no question it's not over, but when you are a filthy frog, there is no such thing as a tainted victory. And Danny Divine is absolutely livid, and justifiably so.
National championship on the line. Up next, Draven Silvera makes his first defense against the winner of the Cincinnati Red Memorial Battle Royal, Marote.
G2, hey, we may have lost, but honestly, felt something really special between me and you. And honestly, we can become new Punk Line.
Whoa, hey. But I don't think that's what we need to do right now, right? I think what we need to do is J2 needs to focus on J2, and Boa Silva should focus on Boa Silva.
Right.
Okay? I think that's the route we should go, okay? I think the pump line's done, and I think it's time for you.
Yeah, no, totally.
Okay? Yeah?
Totally, yeah.
Good? You got it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's been
We haven't fought so far, MPW.
a chaotic night, and the chaos continues.
We already saw one championship change hands in our opening contest. How about a little more championship action? The following contest is a singles match set for one fall. And is for the MPW National Championship.
We've already crowned new tag champions. Will we crown a new national champion?
Introducing first, making his way to ring, weighing in at 230 pounds. He is the winner of the 2026 Cincinnati Red Memorial Battle Royal, Marote.
And to your point, Logan, let's see if Marote can continue to ride his momentum all the way to MPW National Gold. But there's no doubt Marote may have the biggest challenge of his career about to make his way to the ring.
Here's a 79 side by the short term Nigger Rose from Chatsworth, California. Weighing in at 165 pounds, he is your reigning, defending MPW National Champion, the unbreakable heart, 300 Silvera.
It was not an easy road for Draven Silvera to hold that title, to achieve that dream. So there is no doubt He is more than willing to take the challenge that's facing him tonight. But Jordan, as you know, Miggy Rose is certainly an X factor at ringside.
You know, it's very interesting. Rose and Silvera have had a great deal of success as a tandem, former MPW tag team champions, but you even saw it during the introductions. Silvera, a fan favorite, beloved by the MPW faithful. The same can't be said of Miggy Rose. These two with polar opposite personalities in so many ways. Rose maybe, I don't want to make assumptions here, but trying to coast off of the success of Draven Silvera as national champion, somewhat of a transactional friend. X Factor, a very good word for it, LaQuaso.
Well, I'm going to follow up with a question. Can Miggy Rose actually be trusted if you are Draven Silvera?
It remains to be seen. I mean, these two have certainly found success, championship success together. But I have to wonder about any ulterior motives that Rose may or may not have. Remains to be seen.
9 times the MPW tag team in this case, it's a singles title. That makes it show a little bit.
Well, this is the first title defense for Draven Silvera. And as you know, Logan, many times the first title defense certainly could be the most difficult. And now Morote, that's that uncanny and unpredictable athleticism. You know the phrase, it's easier to get to the top than stay there. Oh, Morote, a leaping shoulder tackle right into a cover. Silvera able to kick out at 2, but a great hot start by Morote.
Absolutely, Morote looking very impressive here in the early going. We talk about this being Silvera's first defense of that national championship. This is the first, give me a break, give me a break.
The X Factor right there. Only moments into this matchup, Miggy Rose already getting involved. I don't even know if Silvera saw it, but he took full advantage.
No, I don't think Silvera's been very candid. Cover here.
Well, the chip retained and no Morote able to kick out at 2, but just like that, the tide has shifted quickly in this matchup.
Silvera's been very candid. Excuse me, Logan. He wants to do things by the book. He wants to do things the right way. He doesn't want the rule bending and breaking that's become a signature of Miggy Rose and their tag team partnership as 2X.
And Silvera won the national title in a 3-way against his former Full Send partners, Busio and Dustin Daniels. And of course, we're going to see Busio in our main event tonight.
And guys, you know as well as I, a 3-way dance, a completely different beast from singles competition. Cover here.
Silvera looking to retain, and it'll take a lot more than that.
Many argued that there was such a personal issue between Dustin and Busio that Draven almost snuck in from the back door, capitalized on that animosity, and won the championship as such. No such issue here with Morote. One-on-one, mano-y-mano. Well, always. Mano and Miggy.
Another cover by Silvera. Morote able to kick out at 2, but impressive power there moments ago by Silvera.
Of course, Morote, the 2025 Rookie of the Year here in MPW. Silvera, the 2024 Rookie of the Year. So these two at the top of their class here in the Millennium Wrestling Academy.
Certainly proof positive of the growth that'll happen from MPW. Oh! Now Silvera charging in, maintaining control of this matchup. Really looking to slow Morote down, and thus far it's been effective.
And we asked what a difference Miggy Rose would make in favor of Draven Silvera. To a certain extent, it seems to be somewhat of a distraction. You see Silvera constantly chirping at ringside, saying, I got it, settle down, don't worry about it. And that may have given Morote this opening, LaQuaso.
Oh, it was that little slip there by Morote just a second ago. Silvera able to take advantage. A boot follows up with a flash knee. And now Silvera looking to put away Morote for his first title defense. Into the cover, center of the ring, and Morote using every bit of core strength to get the shoulder up.
And Logan, you know it as a former champion yourself. Oh, again! And this is some of that Miggy Rose influence perhaps rubbing off on Draven, but he couldn't do it. He thought better of it.
Are you as shocked as I am to see that?
Yes and no. We've seen this before. Rose starting to get in the head of Silvera, thankfully coming to his senses. But that's what I'm saying, a transactional friendship.
Well, the number one rule in professional wrestling, don't be influenced by a short king. You cannot.
I plead the fifth.
Oh. Now Morote. Finally a bit of an opening here, looking to build some offense with his unpredictable lucha style. Also, very powerful striker in his own right. And now looking to hoist up Silveira face first. Oh! Morote, a flurry of offense into a cover, and Silveira kicks out at 2.
And you have to wonder, woulda, shoulda, coulda. I don't even want to speculate too hard, but if Silveira had indeed continued to target the mask, maybe even remove the mask, if he'd be in control right now, Lacosto.
Well, if we were in Mexico, he would be automatically disqualified for removing the mask, but thus far here, he can use that as effective strategy.
The guy calls CMLL one time, folks. Goodness gracious. He's the best.
And now Silveira able to land. Oh, there's the inventive, unpredictable offense of Morote. Could the 2025 Rookie of the Year become a champion tonight? Down goes Silveira. Into the cover goes Morote. And no.
Calls that the solar flare, and it nearly won him championship gold here. And guys, we have to ask, what kind of an embarrassment would it be for Draven Silveira to lose the gold in his very first defense? We just nearly saw it milliseconds ago.
I wonder what me walk away from. He might
No!
Morote coming up empty. Nothing but canvas. Oh! Silveira with a vicious flatliner, wasting no time, heading all the way up to the mezzanine, and the champion coming up empty there.
And you heard Miggy say no high-risk moves. Perhaps he was right here, Johnny.
Well, not sure if Silveira is 100% on board with the game plan of Miggy Rose as he rolls to the outside. Oh, case in point from behind! A backstabber by Miggy Rose. St. Clair, his back is turned, didn't see it.
And again, I'm not sure if Silveira even realized it. I'm not sure if he even consented to that interference, but he's certainly going to take advantage.
Did not look like it. I don't think Silveira saw anything. Into a spear, and the champion retains.
Here is your winner, and still MPW National Champion, Draven Silveira.
Well, Logan, Miggy Rose was certainly a thorn in the side of Morote tonight, and whether Silveira knows it or not, it played a big factor in leading to his first successful title defense.
Miggy Rose helped Silveira retain the gold here, but at what cost?
Well, right now there's no cost whatsoever because Draven Silveira remains the MPW National Champion.
No cost in the win-loss record, no cost in terms of championship gold, no cost in terms of the pay window, and maybe a cost to the moral compass remains to be seen. As, well, fans, we have a former MPW owner at the commentary booth. We have a current MPW owner at the commentary booth. Up next, our general manager in singles competition.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. First national championship defense in the books. Good thing I was out there with you, right? Coaching you, showing you the right way.
I mean, Miggy, I'm grateful for that. I am, but I could have done that on my own. I mean, I won the national championship on my own. I could defend it on my own.
Why though? Why do you have to do it on your own? You don't have to. You and me, we're not 1X. We're 2X, okay? So you and me, we're a unit. Speaking of units, guess what I got us next week? A chance to get our tag team championships back. Yeah, you heard me right. You and me, 2X versus the best pals for the MPW tag team championships.
I need to focus on being the national champion though. Like, this is the championship I should be focusing on.
You're not looking at the big picture, Draven. You're not one champion. We're 2 champions, okay? national champion and tag team champion. We're 2X, baby. We got this. Come on. Look at the big picture. Look at it. That's right, baby. Come on, let's go get ready. Oh, we got this.
Maybe you're right.
Rolling right along. The following contest is a singles match set for one fall.
There's been a lot of personal issues tonight, and those personal issues are about to continue.
Introducing first, making his way to the ring from Los Angeles, California, weighing at 317 pounds, the Mighty Zeus!
Logan X, to call this man defiant would be a massive understatement. Much like Zeus, he is definitely ruthless. But the man facing him tonight has been through everything in his career.
Here's a opponent, making his way to the ring from the Antelope Valley, weighing at 215 pounds. He's your MPW General Manager, the gifted and talented Ray Rosas.
Many would consider Ray Rosas to be the lifeblood of professional wrestling in Southern California. And Jordan, this is not something Ray Rosas wanted to be a part of. But at certain points, you have to be a man, you have to step up. And that's what he's doing right now to Zeus.
Yeah, guys, I don't mean to speak ill or talk down to Ray Rosas. He's an MPW Hall of Famer. He is a living legend here in Southern California. But look at those banners in the back. There's the bottom row with the likes of Dustin Daniels and Brendan Devine and Miggy Rose, the current MPW roster. And then there's the top row with you, Logan, with Ray Rosas. The management. The inactive members of the MPW roster. That's right, after 2 decades plus of in-ring competition, Ray's body is tired, it's beaten, it's broken down. There is a reason he doesn't compete as regularly as he did maybe a year or two ago here in MPW, and that's something Zeus is going to look to capitalize on here, Johnny.
And Logan, you know this very well. At some point, someone needs to be taught a lesson, and that's where Rosas is in his mindset. He feels like Zeus needs to be taught a violent lesson tonight.
He poked the bear over and over again. Ray gave him the pad. He didn't want to settle it.
Well, Zeus likewise looking to teach Rosas a lesson. Says, you've overlooked me. You've given opportunities to my contemporaries in the Millennium Wrestling Academy. I'm going to make you pay for not making me a member of the MPW roster.
And look, you know, Zeus is an absolute brawler. He's a street fighter. That's how he survived growing up. But when it comes to technique, you're not going to find anyone more technical than Ray Rosas.
But again, Ray Rosas is not in his prime anymore. Case in point, the power winning out every time. 317 pounds of Zeus dropping Rosas.
Well, we're about to find out if Zeus has yet entered his prime.
Asking Rosas to kiss his shoes? Come on.
That is completely over the line. And credit to Ray Rosas here. He's seen it all. He laughs off the request. He laughs off the demand. But you have to wonder, is it getting under the skin of the general manager.
Well, I think at some point you're going to say, Snap, where is he?
Oh, yeah, without question. I've known Ray Rosas for close to 15 years. He's one of those very even-keeled competitors. He's such a professional to a T, but if you piss him off, he will go absolutely ballistic.
Guys, in only his third professional matchup, I gotta ask, what would it do for Zeus to... Oh boy, what would it do for Zeus to pick up a win over a living legend, a Hall of Famer like Ray Rosas here? Oh, well, Ray Rosas putting a stamp of his own here on the shoe of Zeus.
That's a fresh pair right there. There's not a scuff on them.
Oh, the resale value just dropped immensely as Rosas looks to drop Zeus.
Rosas, tremendous counter there, wasting no time, a forearm in the corner, and now what we're seeing is classic Ray Rosas. He may not be in his prime anymore, Jordan, but he certainly is very capable in that ring.
Yeah, this old dog still knows how to hunt.
Don't yell too loud when you say old.
Hey now. Like fine wine, LaQuasto.
Sometimes you need to give someone a spanking.
Teaching a lesson to his student, a lesson in respect. I mean, LaQuasto, you're a father. You know something about that.
About spanking? No, definitely not. About teaching respect? Yes, perhaps.
There it is. We got there.
Oh! Mighty Zeus charging to the outside. Ray Rosas too quick, looking to capitalize off the second rope, and a right hand finds a home.
And guys, the longer and longer this match goes, prime or otherwise, it's got to benefit Ray Rosas. He's the veteran. He knows how to play the long game.
And could it be? Oh! Oh no! Zeus catching Rosas, sends him right into the post. Follows up with a clothesline. That was a thump on the floor.
And guys, you know it. There is a very thin layer of padding on the outside. You are feeling every bit of the hardwood floor here in the MPW arena. Not only that, guys, but the collision from Rosas, neck first on that corner post, LaQuasto, that's going to be very, very, very hard to come back from.
There's no question. I mean, if your C7 slams off that metal post, there's no doubt you're going to have nerve damage, you're going to have muscle weakness, and, you know, this goes back to what Ray Rosas told Mighty Zeus. As Zeus rolls into a cover here, shoots the half, Rosas gets the right shoulder up. He told Zeus to make an impact. I don't think this was the impact Rosas had in mind. And Zeus, now, we're going to find out if Zeus can block out the noise, if he can stay focused, and he certainly does there. A high-impact suplex.
And talk about it often, ego is a double-edged sword. Clearly, it's taken Zeus very far here in his short wrestling career, but it can also be a deterrent. It can also be an Achilles heel when you let it get the best of you, as we just saw moments ago.
Well, think about it. I mean, you have to have a massive ego to be the newest graduate of the MPW Academy, and in your third match, you're challenging the general manager. You're challenging a man who's won all up and down the coast.
That's right, challenging and maybe defeating if he can land this, but Rosas doing everything in his power. Can't escape the waist lock.
My God. Rosas may be down for a 10. Cover by Zeus. And that, oh no!
But guys, a lackadaisical cover prefaced by a bit of showboating there from Zeus, not capitalizing immediately. What does that tell you, Logan?
A lack of experience right there. You're not going to beat Ray Rosas without hooking the leg.
Oh, wow.
Mighty Zeus claiming Ray Rosas is washed as Rosas slowly crawling back to his feet and a right hand. It took everything inside of Rosas to land that right, but it was effective.
Paintbrushing him here.
That second right took Zeus off his feet, and now Rosas needs to find a way to mount some kind of offense here. 300 plus pounds. I don't think Rosas has it. No, he doesn't. Zeus crashing down right into a cover. Rosas able to get the shoulder up.
Well, Logan, you have to wonder if maybe after that shot to the post, followed up with the drop down here right in front of our commentary booth, if maybe Rosas is a little rattled, we can maybe be looking at a concussion. Who knows?
Yeah. And we have to give some credit here to Mighty Zeus, his third match, and he is in absolute control. And he is locked in. Since the opening moments, he had his eyes locked in on Ray Rosas.
Yeah, not showing any signs of nerves or jitters or butterflies. Locked in is the word, LaQuasto.
And look, we've heard him say many times in the past, he had to fight his entire life. He doesn't seem to be fazed whatsoever by fighting inside of a ring.
I don't know what you don't know, so Zeus doesn't even know that he should be scared.
Oh, now Zeus. My God, 300 plus into a splash, and Rosas is always alive.
Deceptive speed and agility from the big man, but it was not enough here, guys.
Yeah. He is writhing in pain. The damage done to the sternum, to the abdomen. And this is actually very sound strategy here by Zeus. Find where his opponent is wounded and continue the attack.
That's right, wise beyond his years. And Logan, we have to remember, Zeus learning from the best, training here at the Millennium Wrestling Academy under Danny Devine, Royce Isaacs, and Ray Rosas himself. So much of this was taught to him by the general manager.
Ray Rosas back to his feet, but the grasp remains by the Mighty Zeus, and now Rosas able to break free. A couple of right hands. Ooh, and another lands. Can Rosas find a way to teach the all-important lesson to the newest MPW graduate, but a right forearm by Zeus, who's looking to pick up speed here. Oh, Rosas springboard into a crossbody. Forget about the pin. Rosas is throwing rights.
This isn't about winning a match. This is about teaching respect. This is some tough love here from our GM.
And now Rosas, the right hands, very precise. And now double underhook. Not quite sure what he's thinking here.
Again, maybe rocked, maybe rattled, and Zeus gonna take advantage here, guys.
Oh, Rosas right into an armbar here.
He knows that choke slam is a game ender. He may well have taught it to the young man.
Ray Rosas with a super kick. Rolls right into a cover. Can he find a way? And no, Zeus gets the shoulder up.
I don't care how big and bad you are. A super kick like that from a man like Ray Rosas is going to drop you in a second, Logan.
But now that we're in deep waters, as you mentioned, Jordan, Ray Rosas is not competing on a daily basis. He's not even competing on a monthly basis at this point.
No, a special attraction. And we also have to acknowledge it was just a few weeks ago that MPW Mania taken to his limit, his last piece of active competition against James Angel. So no way he's 100% after that, guys.
Mighty Zeus crawling his way over towards the bottom rope, and well, we don't have a good angle here. It's difficult to see. He did briefly have the rope, but Ray Rosas, so wise to it, able to lock in the submission once again.
Ring awareness, the name of the game for the veteran here, Logan.
Rosas forced to break the hold, and very, very difficult to keep a man of that size from inching over to the rope.
And guys, so many of Rosas' signature maneuvers, his game enders, involve lifting his opponent over his shoulders.
Right.
I think about the Adios Amigos, a fireman's carry. I think about the Bed of Roses, a pump handle. Where does Ray Rosas go with those moves all but neutralized here against the big man?
One of Ray's finishers is also that devastating double drop.
Hold on!
Oh, through the second rope, second time is the charm. Zeus caught him the first time, but didn't see Rosas that time.
And he may have clipped his knee here, LaQuasto. Now, Logan, you may have been omnipotent, my friend.
Now Rosas quickly to the second turnbuckle. But Zeus cuts him off at the pass. But Rosas able to reverse into a DDT. Can he roll over the monstrous Zeus into a cover? And not yet. Now Rosas hooks the leg, and Zeus fights his way to stay in the fight.
Zeus's weight may have staged him because roll him over and gave him a chance to get a bit of a breather before he gets covered.
Well, not only that, we talk about the size of Zeus offensively. How about defensively? How much more difficult is it for Ray Rosas, especially this deep into a matchup, to keep those 300-plus pounds down?
Especially when his knees hurt the way. You like this.
And those are heavy knee braces. I can tell you he's wearing them because he needs stability with all of his ligaments, all the wear and tear throughout his career.
Again, going for that adios amigos. It's instinct, but it may have cost him. No!
Oh, no way. Oh, my God!
Look at the strike, but he crumples. He just crumples here, LaQuasto.
And justifiably so. I mean, the knees are already damaged. Trying to hoist up someone like Mighty Zeus, it's just not going to happen. And now Zeus looking to put a destructive end to this match. Spiking Rosas, who's completely out. And Zeus into the cover. And the Joe, my goodness.
Maybe not completely.
I'm at a loss. I don't think Ray Rosas knows where he's at, but the instinct is still there.
Oh no, he's looking to flatten him like a pancake here, gentlemen.
Well, Rosas is flat on his back as Zeus struggling. He's had the damage done to him as well in this matchup. Now, from the second turnbuckle, he's taken a long time. Rosas trying to get back to his feet, and he does. Oh my God!
No way!
He catches him!
Adios, amigos! But he's got to cover him here, guys.
Pain is etched on the face of Rosas, but my God, he's not going for the cover. Are you kidding?
Oh, you talked about that elbow drop, Logan.
If you're going to hold a big man with something, you might as well pull on those stops.
Well, Ray Rosas is looking to pull out the most destructive stop, heading all the way up top after the adios amigos. Will the ultimate lesson be taught? The knees are struggling. As Rosas off the top!
He got all of that.
No, but he landed on the knee. He landed on the knee there, guys.
All he's got to do is hit him right now.
He's in so much pain as he crawls into a cover, and no!
Guys, I'm calling it here. If Rosas had made that cover 5-6 seconds earlier, he would have won the match. The bell would be ringing in his favor. But as it stands, Zeus survives.
That certainly may be the case, but Ray Rosas now in utter shock. Able to pull off a small miracle with the adios amigos, able to land the top rope elbow drop, and Mighty Zeus found a way out.
And guys, it's fair to say that adios amigos, that amazing, desperate show of strength from Ray Rosas, getting the big man onto his shoulders, may have been a last-ditch effort. I'm not sure he can do that again. In fact, I'm quite sure he can't.
But Zeus, the damage is done. I mean, we are so into deep waters here. There is no doubt Mighty Zeus has never competed in a match this long. What kind of conditioning is he in right now?
We're about to find out. It's put up or shut up time here.
Both men back to their feet, trading strikes, center of the ring. Now, if you're Rosas, not sure you want to trade strikes, but thus far, getting the best of Zeus. Going for a back elbow, it's blocked by Zeus, and now a jab follows up with a right hand.
He's showing the wear of all that punishment.
He is gasping for air, justifiably so.
Whoa. Oh no!
Oh no.
Goozle! Choke slam!
Could that be it? Falling into a cover is Zeus, and whoa! Rosas gets the shoulder up. Are you kidding?
It's become a cliche here in the sport, but these two may literally fight forever. Neither one accepting defeat here, but something's got to give.
It's going to be very, very embarrassing for what he loses this match. If Zeus loses, then all of that gusto and if Ray loses, then he's validated everything Zeus is trying to be.
Jordan, what we just saw there, in the look, in the face of Mighty Zeus, that may have been self-doubt.
It's the first time that mask of stoicism and confidence has begun to falter, and now desperate blows to the midsection, to the face, hitting wherever he can of the general manager, the man who trained him in this sport.
Well, Scarlett Donovan admonishing Mighty Zeus for this cluster of closed fists.
Zeus has got to be careful, guys. He's going to get himself disqualified.
Well, you have to wonder if Zeus cares at this point. He may be looking to put Rey Rosas out for good. He may be looking to make sure Rosas never competes again as Rosas spins into a back elbow. Oh, no.
Not again, not again.
Hold on. No way. Oh!
You've got to be kidding me.
Rosas launching Mighty Zeus. Didn't expect to say launch and Zeus in the same sentence in this match, but somehow it happened. Now Rosas to the midsection, Insigiri as well.
Maybe going for that spear.
Oh, the left knee buckled right into a choke slam, and the Mighty Zeus vanquishes Rey Rosas.
Here's your winner, the Mighty Zeus!
Like it or not, this guy's lost his spot. There's got to be a third after that. He's the general manager.
Took 2 choke slams and a busted knee. But the Mighty Zeus, in only his 3rd professional match, has defeated a Hall of Famer, has defeated a general manager in Laquasto, perhaps most importantly, has defeated his own trainer.
There is no doubt that Mighty Zeus has just scored the biggest victory of his career, and Rey Rosas, all the credit in the world. He was moments away from scoring the victory, but the left knee gave out as he sprung in the ring, and Zeus took full advantage.
Hey, Ring-Boy, get your dog, get this piece of trash out of here. Come on. Ring-Boy, come on, get him out of here. I got something to say.
Isaiah, of course, picked up a win over Zeus just a few weeks back. We know that is stuck in the crow of the Mighty Zeus.
This, right here. This is my first start. The first step to take all the way to the top of MPW. Now that I took out this piece of trash coach, I got one more on my list. Let me tell you why. All the way back in February, when I had that match with that loser, this person thought it would be a great idea to bring a camera crew and announce that Isaiah is he has a roster spot. And I'm just tired of the disrespect.
And we're tired of you! Yeah, you heard me! We're tired of you!
I'm tired of the disrespect from Ray, and I'm tired of the disrespect from Danny Devine.
Oh boy.
Danny, get your ass out here right now.
Whoa. It's already been a rough night for Danny Devine. Not sure if Danny Devine is the bear you want to poke right now if you're Zeus.
I know you ain't talking to me with that bass in your voice. I didn't hear a lot of bass. I heard some heavy shit. Yeah. I think his ball's very dry.
All you need is a pacifier.
Wrong guy, wrong day, buddy.
Trust
me when I tell you, You don't want any of this.
You don't want none. You don't want none.
Didn't you just lose your match earlier? Yeah, I think I want some. How about next week? You and me have a match and I prove, just like how I proved to that old washed loser. Wow. How mighty I really am. Okay, all right, just say, you know what, you won, and I lost tonight, you know? So I guess I can take a little breather from going after Eddie to teach another disrespectful punk a lesson. Now listen carefully. Ray has been in this business a long time. He's got a lot of miles on him. You got training wheels. But I'm not Ray. I'm not a guy at the end of the road. I'm Dane Devine.
Put some respect on
So next week, you're gonna regret opening your mouth.
No, come on!
Oh my God! Just when you thought the physicality was over, Zeus isn't finished.
Logan, we gotta do something about this guy. We gotta official security. I don't care.
I don't know if he took that the wrong way, but he's been making a hell of an impact since he went on this beach league.
Hell of an impact is an understatement. Are you kidding me?
Well, that seems to be official for next week. We'll have to consult the general manager.
I'm sure that we can push that. Everyone's going to bow down.
Well, this has not been a great night for Danny Devine.
No, he lost and then he got beat up again.
Nonetheless, we're only moments away from our main event in what has been a very eventful night.
That's right. Diego Valens set to make his first defense of the MPW Championship against a newly mean-spirited Busio. That coming at you right after this.
MPW, MPW, I love you so much. It's been so great to be back. I want to give love one more time to the man who makes it all possible, the one, the only Mr. Logan X. And the man who I have admired and looked up to professionally and personally for a very long time was sharing a booth for the first time here tonight, and I couldn't be prouder to call him a broadcast colleague and a friend. The most underrated voice in professional wrestling today, a man who should be making many, many, many millions of dollars on television, and he is here with us at MPW. Give some love to the great Johnny LaGuasco.
Millions? Maybe thousands.
And with that being said, we got room for one more. MPW Chatsworth, it's a Friday night. Do we have room for one more? The following contest is your main event of the evening. It is a singles match set for one fall. And it is for the MPW Championship.
Our main event is here. Tag team partners turn bitter rivals. Oh, whoa, whoa. What?
You want a different song? We've been coming out to that song for years.
I'm at a loss.
He's gonna sing his new song.
All right, guys. What I am is no longer letting you guys borrow my goodness.
Hurry up, you gotta make it your shit.
You're so pretty. You know what would make you look nicer?
No.
If you shut your mouth. You are so gorgeous. If every single one of you guys shut up and let me focus before my big match. You too.
I don't need your introduction. They know who I am. They didn't leave us to try to make money. They know I'm MPW strong, always, forever. You're welcome for what's about to happen.
Send them back to the construction site.
You know, I'm flabbergasted. Busio taunting everyone here in Chatsworth, demanding his music be turned off. Is this how you want to enter a championship match? He's wearing a Busio Construction t-shirt.
I'm all for shameless fluff, you know what I mean? I don't know if that's what I'd be wearing, but
Well, nonetheless, he's looking to become a two-time MPW champion. But he's going to have to go through the partner he stabbed in the back in order to do it, and here he is. A man who walked through fire to reach the gold, Diego Valens.
wearing his newly minted gold trunks, sitting the champion right here.
Valens ended a dominant reign by Maximilian. And now he is targeted by every star in MPW as he rises the gold up high, entering battle against his former tag team partner. That certainly appears to be the case. We've already seen new tag team champions. Will we see a new MPW champion? Back to Jordan Castle.
Introducing first, in the corner to my left, the challenger. This is... He is Busio! His opponent in the corner to my right, from Chatsworth, California, weighing in at 196 pounds, he's your reigning, defending MPW champion, the handsome devil, Diego Valens!
Diego Valens, no doubt, in absolute impeccable physical condition. There are certain competitors, Logan, when they become champion, you can tell they're absolutely ready, and it's easy to argue Diego Valens is one of those men. And needless to say, Jordan, I don't think many people in Chatsworth are going to call Busio Construction for siding.
No, and it's a far cry from the Busio that so many of us here at MPW have known and loved. And an emphasis on the word love. He was a hero to these people. His journey to that championship as a former MPW champion himself was fairy tale stuff. And well, clearly growing bitter, growing jaded, feeling like the MPW faithful forgot about him, turned their back on him.
You know, and that shock is still reverberating from what happened last week. I mean, it's incredible to see what happened with the actions of Busio. You have to wonder psychologically, where is Valens?
And you know, Busio went on a losing streak after losing the title, and he couldn't take this way. Once he lost that...
Cover!
It seems like that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Well, yeah, Busio feels like he was slighted. After losing the title to Maximilian, he never got that rematch, and now he's trying to take it out on the current champion.
I'm glad you brought up Maximilian. Diego Valens, of course, formerly one half of Hotmail.com with Maximilian, the 1 in a million one, turning his back on the handsome devil. Busio knows what that's all about. His tag team partner, his longtime brother and best friend in Full Send, Dustin Daniels, did the same when it came to the MPW Championship. So both of these men know what it's like to feel sting and betrayal. And for Diego, it willed him towards championship retention. For Busio, clearly it snapped something.
Well, what you're seeing here is the way people handle adversity. You can go one way or you can go the other, and when it comes to Valens and Busio, they have gone in complete polar opposite paths.
Well, one has to wonder if this newfound attitude, as undesirable as it may be, might be exactly what Busio needs to regain the MPW championship.
Thus far, Valens has been completely on point, but now Busio, for the first time in this matchup, looking to pick up speed, coming up empty, and a back body drop.
In his fourth reign as MPW champion, and you don't win that title 4 times for nothing, guys.
Well, meanwhile, Busio looking to become a 2-time tonight. Can he take out his former partner? And there's the strength of Valens on display. Perhaps a gorilla press, and down goes Busio.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's counted this time.
Oh, wow.
Maybe they can styles clash here, guys.
Momentarily, that looked to be the case, but now Busio, desperate, able to create some separation there.
And Busio may have changed his attitude, he may have changed his style, but he's not lost that trademark. I was going to say, he's not lost that trademark athleticism, but thrown to the outside, flying to the outside, not of his own accord here, Laquasto.
That's like falling off the second story of a house. Busio once again crashing to the outside.
In the case of Busio, falling off the second story of a construction scaffold.
Well, I believe he was just arguing with that 2-year-old in the front row, but I'm not sure.
Well, you know, that kid might be
And you talk about this newfound construction gear for Busio. It's more than just aesthetic. I overheard him in the backstage area saying that after losing that MPW championship, he lost regular bookings, he lost the main event payouts that he was getting as champion, and he was forced to go and get a real job, to become a construction worker outside of MPW. You have to wonder if maybe that's led to some of this jaded, disrespectful attitude we've seen.
I certainly think that goes without saying, but also this could be the mindset that Busio wants to have. In his mind, perhaps he's rebuilding his career, but he may have to rebuild his spine after Valens once again sends him reeling on the outside.
Yeah, Valens is done waiting. He says, Busio, you want to be on the outside? I'll follow you to the outside. And referee Scarlett Donovan knows these men very well. She also knows these fans. Paid their hard-earned money for a ticket. She's going to play things a little fast and loose to make sure we get a decisive winner here in this main event.
You want to talk about success? Scarlett Donovan has refereed matches all over the world. She knows how to keep just about any match under control as Busio has rolled back inside the ring. Valens giving chase. Oh!
Guys, I think maybe Busio catching Diego Valens below the belt there with that ring rope.
Certainly did, and now he's got a target, and that target is the back of the hamstring. That'll take out the base of Valens.
that devil's tail.
Ow!
Right leg. If you can wear down the hamstring there, he's going to take that weapon away from Diego.
And now up to the second turnbuckle is Busio. Picture perfect crossbody into a cover. And we're seeing right now 2 men who know each other so well. Busio knows you take out the leg of Valens, that could lead you to victory.
And we heard the chants a few moments ago. We hate Busio.
Never thought you'd hear that.
No, Laquasto, for so many years, it was we are Busio. These people living vicariously through the man, and now they want nothing to do with him. For damn good reason, if I do say so myself. Oh boy.
But if we're going to trade strikes, you do not want to deal with that. If you're Busio, but oh gosh, vicious right to the throat.
So many cheap shots to the nether regions, to the throat of Diego Valens, but it's not stopping the handsome devil here, Laquasto.
Great counter there by Valens, although feeling the effects of the chop to the throat. Still though, Valens, no wasted motion, but a tremendous counter here by Busio. A little bit of padding there with his fro. Oh, God, another shot to the back of the hamstring. Say what you will about Busio, but he certainly has a game plan. He is executing. Oh, we're going for a code red. Valens, oh my goodness. What a counter.
Ugly landing for Busio here, and Diego got evil intentions looking for that devil's tail.
Do not underestimate the athleticism or the technique of Busio. DDT rolls into a cover. Could he be a two-time champion? And no, Valens gets the right shoulder up. Well, he's going to work. There's a good chance that hamstring could get torn. Any moment now, an elbow drop to the adductor muscles. Busio is surgical right now on the left leg and left knee of Valens, Jordan.
Yeah, it's Valens in a very, very bad way here. Busio, that joint manipulation.
And this is the kind of attack, as strategic as it is, you never would see this from Busio. I mean, he was someone, like you said, all the fans not only adored him, they related to him.
That's right, he was a fan favorite. He was a pariah of the people, and now giving that all away because of bitterness and perhaps more than anything because of a dream to once again become MPW champion. Not for them, but for himself, LaQuasto.
And Logan, there is no doubt on the construction site every single day Busio has to be simmering over the success of Valens.
Yeah, he's probably got, Valens taking his lunchbox.
And we've seen this time and time again throughout the matchup, guys. Busio heading to the outside for reprieve, and Valens not going to give it to him.
I mean, Busio made a massive mistake of turning his back on Valens, but apparently he baited him into it, and it worked. Quick roll-up here. New champion. Busio, no. Valens able to roll through, but now a couple of jabs by Busio, landing with precision. Right hand. No, Valens counters.
Again, that speed has gone nowhere, LaQuasto.
This time the code red connects, but Valens able to roll through, hoisting up a Valens clash!
Phenomenal impact, but unable to capitalize.
Valens feeling the effects from that code red. Tremendous instinct to land the Valens clash. Both men down in this MPW championship match.
And not only the code red, LaQuasto, but not one, but two shots to the nether regions snapped on those hard steel ring ropes. He's a sicko, man. This guy's a sicko.
Oh. And now Valens, no doubt, the more effective striker of the two. Oh! Clothesline connects, but you can see Valens having difficulty really putting weight on the leg.
Yeah, now fireman's carry here, but perhaps ill-advised as you see that leg targeted, and it's paying off for Busio here.
Oh, but there he's able to get just enough power into the cover, and Busio powers out.
But you have to wonder if he was able to get all of it, as much precision, as much momentum, as much oomph as he usually would. Maybe that's why Busio was able to get the shoulder up.
Well, Logan, as we saw in the match previous, if your knee is not at 100%, it can really cost you.
Well, again, Busio had Diego's up and down because everything starts from his hamstrings and his quad.
Valens is such a powerful athlete, but Busio has been so strategic, and now looking to lock in the figure four.
A signature of a dirtiest player in the game, and how apropos with the dirty attitude of Busio since this past week.
Center of the ring, Busio looking to construct a title victory, and Valens able to get the shoulders up. Could Busio become a two-time champion? Can Valens find a way out?
And of course, a layman would think the greatest risk is tapping out or passing out from the pain of this submission hold. But Valens very nearly caught in a cover here, LaQuasto. As we know, all it takes is 3 seconds.
Oh, he rolls him over! Busio!
The leverage is going the other way now.
But he is very close to the rope. Busio just needs to reach. Oh, Valens breaks the hold.
Yeah, maybe too much pain, too much impact on his own already injured leg to keep that hold cinched in, even though it was he who had it in control.
Now both men with flat tires. Who can find a way to persevere?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Great counter there by Busio, and you can really see Valens struggling to get his own body weight under him.
Yeah, Valens seeing stars after that.
Oh! Oh, my God, Valens able to roll through on the crossbody.
How about the strength? How about the wherewithal? Cover! No!
Valens writhing in pain as Busio is still in this championship match.
Yeah, I mean, if he has a partial carrying it up and going the whole thing.
And the hamstring, when you get near the knee, breaks off into two different muscle bellies. If you tear one of them, your function is essentially non-existent. And now Valens.
Hold on! Going for that devil's tail here, guys.
Busio just collapsed on the leg. They're always waiting on him. He was able to swing it around. It's a good counter.
Uh-oh. And talking about the leg of Valens. Busio with the leg of his own. The knee exposed here.
That may do it. Two-time champion for MPW. Valens gets the right shoulder up. But that may be elementary at this point. Busio is frustrated, but he certainly is in control.
You know, Laquasto, Valens did not fight tooth and nail to earn an opportunity at revenge in the MPW Championship to dethrone his former tag team partner, one in a million, Max a Million, to give it up this easily in his very first defense.
Well, Busio may not have received that once-in-a-million title shot, but he finally has one now against his former tag team partner as he's heading way up top here. Valens flat on his back, and now Busio looking to fly into a title. No, coming up empty. Oh!
No! This time Valens headed scouted Devil's Tail!
Valens hops into a cover and he retains!
Just like that.
Here is your winner, and still MPW champion, Diego Valens!
Sometimes, when you have nothing left, you have to go for broke. And that's exactly what Diego Valens did. He didn't even know where he was launching his body. But fortunately for the champion, it connected square with the jaw of Busio.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Well, we saw this man become #1 contender earlier on tonight with a victory over Jake Redondo, and he's asking for the microphone right now. He's got his sights set on May 22nd, a date with Diego Valens for that title.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, would you please give a warm round of applause for your reigning MPW Heavyweight Champion, Diego Valens. You may not expect this from me, and I don't do things like this often, but we've known each other a long time, and I'm proud of you, man, for real. Don't believe it? We go ways back, and I've seen your growth. I've seen how much better you've gotten. I've seen your success, and I see that you are once again MPW Heavyweight Champion. And despite the magnitude of all of those accomplishments, the thing that I'm the absolute most proud of is the fact that I get to be the one to take it all away from you. In case you've forgotten, my name is Jordan Cruz, and I am the Apex Mauler, and what I do for a living is take. I see something that I want, and I take it. I'm very proficient at my job, and I'm paid handsomely for it. And unfortunately for you, in 2 weeks' time, as #1 contender at the Royal, that championship is coming home with me. Don't take this as disrespect. It's not a slight. I get it. Look at all this. This is yours. You're the man around here, right? You're the handsome devil, right? Well, the thing about that is that there wasn't a ring of hell I haven't walked through, chewed up and spit out. In 2 weeks, you're not gonna be any different. And when we stand here in this ring face to face, this may be the devil's house, but I'm kicking down the front door, setting my feet on the table, and you're gonna realize that Daddy's home now.
Just keep the mask on because you're ugly! Wow! I don't have to do that, man.
Well, it appears to be official. In 2 weeks, the new #1 contender will be challenging the champion.
No rest for the weary. That is May 22nd. Right back here at the MPW Arena, the Royal Royale, as Jordan Cruz challenges Diego Valens for the MPW Championship.
What a night it has been. We have crowned new MPW Tag Team Champions. Diego Valens with an absolutely yeoman's effort tonight to get past former champion Busio, his former tag team partner, but there is no rest for the champion as Jordan Cruz has that gold in his sights, and the Mauler may be the new champion in just 2 weeks' time.
For Logan X and Johnny LaQuasto, I've been Jordan Castle. This has been MPW's Can't Fight This Feeling. We thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.